Time for a video. Okay, got my holiday red color out for a background. I'm excited about that. Well, today I'm going to nap this. This is mainly for heat treat. Okay, this is not Georgetown. This is something else. I don't know what it is, except very, very tough, as far as I know. Now, it was a gift because it's very challenging rock. I got this piece from my friend Don. So if he's watching, thanks for this piece. It's a good video topic. I'm going to be using my sledge to reduce it and my boppers at first. Okay, I'm going to be using these to get a biface and to produce some flakes for heat treat. Okay, so let's see. I've been getting a lot of feedback on my bopper videos, which is good. Am I going to listen to the feedback? I don't know yet. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm using boppers in a different way. Obviously I'm using them in a different way because it looks wrong, but I'm trying to use them only for shaping and not for thinning. I don't have much luck using them for thinning. And yes, the solution is more practice and listening to the advice. I could do that, but I'm focusing on learning other techniques as well. I do want to use boppers because I have a lot of beginners that ask me. So I'll be doing beginner level bopper stuff. If you want to learn how to thin with boppers, you can watch Gulf Coast Knapping or November South or something like that. November South, I know Will personally. If you don't watch those two channels and you want to know about bopping, this kind of bopping, then go over there. Yeah. I'm going to use boppers in my way of doing it. Now, it's going to look wrong to those who use it differently. And I totally understand. I get it. It looks wrong to those, and it's painful to watch for some people. They get all itchy or whatever it is when they watch me do it wrong. Well, I'm just doing it in the way I like to do it. And it opens up a very interesting question, too. Here we go. I'm going to get philosophical, right? Interesting question on what is the right way. Now, an easy way to think about doing it the right way is if it's getting thin, you're doing it right. If it's not getting thin, you're doing it wrong. That's what I'm seeing as a general outlook on what napping the right way is and the wrong way. I'm wondering what you guys think when you look at artifacts that are not done in a thin way. Is it done in a wrong way? Interesting question. All right, here we go. Just to test it out. I got a bunch of this. Hold on. I got a bunch of this stuff. That I'm already heat treating. I'm wondering if I should. Yeah, I'll heat treat. See, this stuff becomes very glossy. You can tell it's not Georgetown now that I've broken open the nodule or gotten into it. It heats up very nicely. However, it is snapping halfish if I don't heat it at the temperature that is most conducive to this particular piece. What does that mean? It means I got to experiment with it. I got to start with low heat first, like 325 degrees for 4 hours, and then turn it off and let it cool down and nap it and see how it goes. If it's good at 325 or 350 or whatever, I'll leave it. But if it seems like it might need some more, I'll go up another 50 degrees, 50 degrees, and so forth and so forth. It's not going to need more than 400 degrees. I'm pretty sure 350 will make it much easier to nap. Let's see. Why am I doing this? Hold on. I'm trying to see if I want to nap some of this raw. I really don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to, so I'm not going to. Okay. I'm gonna heat treat the whole batch. Alright, I just threw it over there with a bunch of other stuff. Looks just like this. Okay. I got the advice of using a regular leather pad, and I even had my friend Sean ask me if I need one. He was just going to send me one. Extremely generous. But I said, no, it's okay. We'll see how it goes. I want to just try this with using something other than a leather pad. Low-tech stuff. So I use a towel for now. Now, is there anybody else using towels or whatever? Funny you should ask. Yeah. There's this old napper, I don't think he makes videos anymore, called Bo Hunter. B-O Hunter. All capitalized. That's the name of his channel. He uses like t-shirts and blankets and stuff on his leg instead of a pad. So, I'm not the only one, so I don't feel like I'm all by myself. Okay? There are other people that don't use the leather pads. They use something else. Or at least there's one. Mr. Holloway. I don't feel so bad. Right? I used to watch that channel when I first started. You never heard of it? What, you've been living under rocks or something? You never heard of Bo Hunter? Man. You guys call yourself YouTube aficionados? Do any of you call yourself YouTube aficionados? I used to watch Paleo Man Jim also when I first started. Yeah, hold on. I gotta adjust my space heater. It was hitting me right in the face with the heat. Anyway, I used to watch Paleo Man Jim. So I picked up a lot of his mannerisms subconsciously because I used to watch hours and hours of his videos. Oh yes. Probably more than any other napper on YouTube when I first started. You never heard of it? Paleo Man Jim? He doesn't make videos anymore either. Yeah. Who else? Who do I watch right now? If I watch a Flintknapping video, who do I watch? besides myself? It's a good question. I don't even know. I don't watch Flintknapping videos. I don't. Nope. I don't watch Flintknapping videos anymore. What do I end up watching? World War II videos. Videos about World War II. Yeah. Why? Because I keep hearing about themes from World War II that I haven't heard since I was a child. There's more talk about World War II themes and governments and people and personalities than I ever heard in the previous like 40 years. Like going 10 years back, I'm 60, right? Go back 10 years, this talk about fascism and all that started to rear its ugly head. I've heard more in the past 10 years about all this stuff than I had in the previous 40 years. Yep. Even when World War II was not far away. And I studied a little bit of World War II back in the day. I used to build little models of German vehicles because I liked the German tanks and airplanes. They had model kits of that stuff. Quite popular. I built some American stuff too. American fighter airplanes and stuff. But anyway, I'm studying it now because there's so much talk about it. I want to see if the talk is hype or true, or I want to be well versed in it in case someone comes up with some weird, stupid stuff. I can recognize it as weird, stupid stuff. Yeah. So that sort of thing. As an example, that's what I watch these days. I watch historical videos concerning historical topics. It does include Native American historical topics too. I just saw a video. I guess I'll put a link into it. It's pretty good about the Southwest and Ancestral Puebloans. I clicked on that one because I have DNA from Ancestral Puebloans from my mom's side. It's matrilineal, whatever DNA. I have Pueblo Indian DNA, according to 23andMe. That's where I get my Native American stuff. My Native American heritage, I'm like 11 or 12% Native American. It's all Pueblo Indian. Anyway, I was watching that. I didn't finish. But yeah, I don't watch Flintknapping videos. I watch history videos. If I'm going to watch one for a long period of time, like an hour long or whatever. And current events and current the videos on current topics in culture, philosophy, and politics. Yeah, I don't watch Flintknapping videos. So if there's any new developments, or if it looks like I'm copying somebody, it's coincidental. If I'm doing something new and someone else is also doing that new thing, it's coincidental because I'm not watching videos from other Flintknappers right now. All right. You can't see, and it's bumping up against my shoulder when I'm doing this. I can't lower this anymore. Or can I? Let's see. Oh yeah, I can. Hold on. It's going to be a little bit skewed. It's tilted a little bit. All right, so what am I doing here? I'm looking for a spot to get into this. Now this is the longest area, or this is. So I need to know which one am I going to mess up. I think I'll mess up this side. Okay, you can't see. You still can't see. I am going to try to preserve this side and mess up this side. Hopefully there's not many cracks like this under this stuff here. What am I going to do with the big biface? I'm going to break it. Yep. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm probably going to break it, and people are going to go, I'm so disappointed because I watch your channel because it's so good and so perfect. Why don't you ever do it right? All the time. You're always messing it up. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. Yeah, that's the way it goes. I'm doing it like they used to do it, okay? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes I don't nap well on purpose. Oh yes, I don't nap well on purpose sometimes because I find it more relaxing and more fun just to nap. Just to do it without trying to do it extremely well. And I'll do that on video sometimes too. Yeah. Like there's probably a better way to get rid of that square edge. But you know what? I won't have any fun doing it that better way. Nope. Doesn't make sense, huh? Well, it makes sense from the standpoint that there's no anxiety. I mean, it might be anxiety for other people who can't do it in a haphazard way. There's no way. It makes them too itchy. I can do it in a haphazard way and it doesn't bug me all that much. Yeah. If I'm not concerned about it. Now, if I'm concerned that I've got to do it right, then yeah, it bugs me to do it in a haphazard way. I'm not too concerned that I'm doing it right. Right now. I'm just going with it. Just doing the napping. That's it. If you see me hit the stuff at the wrong angle or a failure to create a platform and you think I'm doing it wrong, yeah, fair enough. But I don't care. I don't care about how I'm doing it. My purpose is to just get the feel for the material. And I will sometimes nap in a way that I know is wrong, but I'll still do it because there's less stress. As long as I'm not concerned about being perfect. If I'm concerned about being perfect, yes, it's stressful to do it the wrong way. Some people, the only way they do things is in a perfectionist way. So it's probably painful if you're that type of person. Painful for you to watch this and to listen to this. Yeah. My apologies. But it's my channel. I can do it wrong if I want to. Yeah. And I can do it wrong on purpose. And did they also do it wrong on purpose back in the day? I don't see why not. Why? Because they would say to themselves, what's the sense of making it really thin when I can just make it and go shoot? I just need to go shoot the animal. Yeah, don't bug me. Just gonna make one thick, stick it on the arrow and go shoot. That's it. Get it done in real quick. I'm not in the mood to sit there and be perfect. All right? I think that happened back in the day. Or they were just in a hurry. They didn't care. They had to be expedient. So I think that's part of how they did it. How did they do it, quote unquote? Well, part of the way they did it is they didn't always concern themselves with doing it right, quote unquote right. Okay? So I'm not always concerning myself with how to do it, quote unquote, right. And the reason why it's an interesting thing is because right implies right and wrong. Is there a wrong way to do it? And if there's a right way to do it, there's a wrong way, right? Right? Wrong? If there's a right way to do it, then there's a wrong way to do it. And then you get into right and wrong, and then it starts to cross over into morality. Is there a moral high ground in napping? If you're not doing it right, are you being wrong and morally wrong? Not just wrong, but morally wrong. You're actually being a bad person if you don't do it in the right way. I think there is some confusion and there's some sort of weird moral considerations if you start talking about how to do it the right way. I know that there's a perfectly reasonable stance to say you're doing it wrong. Yeah, it's perfectly reasonable to say you're doing it wrong, depending on what you want to achieve. But it cannot be, in my opinion, a moral choice. It's just an expedient choice. It's not a morally bad choice to do it the wrong way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it bothers some people's moral sensitivities. And I know it does, especially when it comes to modern tools versus natural tools. Some people think that using modern tools is the wrong way to do it, and they have a moral stance on the issue. It's morally wrong to nap with metal. Yeah. It just feels bad. According to their sensitivities. Yeah. Hurts people's feelings. In case you don't know, if you're new, I do nap with natural tools, and I'm going to nap. I'm making a natural tool set. Yeah, this week. A set of natural tools. So I can start doing natural tool videos on this channel. There's a big old crack. Why don't I do natural tool videos on my other channel, my allergic hobbit channel? I will. I find it difficult to pay attention to more than one channel, because then I start getting scatterbrained and I don't know what I should be doing as far as videos for that week. Do I do a video for this channel or that channel? And then my brain says, just do every channel. Every channel. I got 3 channels. Just do one video for every channel every day. Like three videos a day. What's the problem? I don't know what the problem is. Except when I start to do that, I don't know what to do on the channels. I got to start writing them down and then use a script. For some reason, if I have a diversion or a diverse focus, I've got to compartmentalize and focus only with directions. I can't just wing it. I got to follow directions if I want to do more than one channel video, or more than one, or focus on more than one channel at a time. I've got to write a set of directions for myself. Make a checklist. Work off a checklist. Just like I used to do at work. Which reminds me, I don't want to be back at work. Yeah. Talking about work, and I just broke the whole thing. But that was the site of a natural crack. See that natural crack in there? So it wasn't necessarily that I hit it too hard. It was already a natural crack in there. Could I have napped it out? Skim that off first instead of trying to take a big old flake? Well, I was going to try to skim this side off. I suppose I made a mistake and not skimming this side off first, but I didn't see a clear way to do it without losing length. So I was going to skim this off first and then do that side. But you can see it, that crack goes in quite a ways. The difference in patina. You can see how deep that went. Anyway, that solves that problem. This gives me a good chunk to heat treat. Let's see. Let's start reducing this down. I get to use the boppers now. And I'm going to stick with the towel for now. Okay. And I think I'm napping too close to my knee. The bone here is too close to the skin. I should be napping down here, but then I got to move the camera right up next to my chest, and I can't nap very effectively that way. You might say, well, you're not napping effectively anyway, so what's the problem? I know. But it's my channel. I can nap how I want to. And I can purposely nap the wrong way if I want to. Yes. Okay. And if it's too painful, just go watch November South or, Gulf Coast Napping or whatever. One of your other favorite channels. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't do this for attention. I do this to answer questions. Yeah. And I'm starting to take napping more seriously. Believe it or not. I've got techniques that I want to develop. And that I am developing. I'm taking it more seriously than I've taken it before. Now I'm swinging this bopper to get speed on it. I need speed to remove large flakes. There's not much of a crack here. I don't have an overall strategy on how I'm going to do this. Other than just trying to preserve it for the biface and not worry too much about the flakes coming off. As far as having wonderfully beautiful flakes being removed, flakes I can use for something else. I'm not too worried about that. It'd be nice to have a bunch of beautiful flakes. This is not very, I mean, it's not a small piece. It's a pretty good size. It's 9 right now. It'll probably end up being about 7. If it's longer than 7, I'm doing good. And I don't know what that is in terms of percentages. How much length can you preserve as a percentage? Can you preserve 80%? 90%? You should preserve 100%? Okay, 99%. 15 years? Preserve 99%. Yeah. I've been napping 15 years, or almost. It's 14, and if you know, if in 2024 it'll be 15 years. I should be able to preserve 99% of the length, right? No? If you say no, you're my friend. If you say it's my channel, I can nap the way I want to, you're my friend. Oh yeah. Did I get a bruise on my leg the other day? Actually, I did not. I don't bruise as easily as I used to. Funny how that works. Yeah, I don't eat junk food no more. No. Except when it's my birthday or Christmas or when I go over to my friend's house. Yep. Roberto, you know. Yeah, you know that I don't stay on my diet. And I pay for it a couple days later. Because my belt, I got to loosen it 1 notch. Yeah, that's like 3 to 5 pounds. I gained 3 to 5 pounds on my belly, and I got to loosen my belt one notch. And I know I got to do some fasting or some extra exercising or something to burn up that extra fat. The fasting works pretty good, you know, just eat 1 or 2 meals a day instead of three or 4. But you know, I like breakfast and second breakfast and then lunch and then, you know, a meal between lunch and dinner and then pre-dinner and then dinner and then snack before bed. That's the way I like to eat. Yeah. I don't like no fasting. That's the fastest way to get rid of the extra pounds, though. But don't feel bad, Roberto. His wife cooks excellent meals. Don't worry, it's for my own good. The fasting, it resets the immune system, does all kinds of good stuff. Yeah. I don't know if it prevents bruising or anything like that, but it makes your body more efficient if there's a little bit of fasting going on. Anyway, I think I need to plug in my phone. Hold on. It's probably down to like 5% power. Hold on. The screen is dimming. It's starting to die. Yeah, the light turned off. Oh gosh. Hold on a second. Let me turn the video off and then restart.